So last week, on the weekend, marked 6 months since Hamas's brutal massacre in southern Israel. 6 months since the hostages have been held in Gaza. 6 months since the IDF was forced to defend itself. 6 months since we saw the barefaced evil of anti-Semitism on our streets. While many people a few days ago watched the eclipse as darkness took over, imagine being in that darkness for 6 months. That is the situation the remaining hostages in Gaza are in, being held in tunnels, away from their families, uncertain of their future and their fate. Little children we're talking about. Imagine their families in Israel, their loved ones, not knowing if they will ever see them again. And we've seen periodically that Hamas or Islamic Jihad will execute these civilian prisoners. Time after time, we have seen Hamas reject ceasefire proposals. Yet the world demands that Israel have a ceasefire now. It's absolutely absurd. Friday marked Quds Day, an event which was started by Ayatollah Khamenei, the first ruler of the Islamic Republic of Iran. And it is an anti-Israel, anti-Western, anti-Semitic hate fest. And it has been adopted by people all over the world. In London, in America, in Canada, rallies were held to mark Quds Day, which is on the last Friday of the Muslim holy month of Ramadan.
Imam Khomeini recognized that Israel is an evil settler colonialist project. He realized it is a cancer, and he established this day. Israel before this, brothers and sisters, was a sacred cow. Israel is ISIS. They are Nazis. They are fascists. They are racist. The people of the world now know this.
Now, firstly, we can ask why anybody, regardless of their political affiliation or their political feelings or their whatever concerns they may have, would align and take part in an event founded by someone as nefarious and evil as Khomeini, a man who terrorized his own people with executions, a man who terrorized his own people by crushing any dissent and turning Iranian society into what it is today. Time after time, we see young, courageous Iranians calling for freedom, calling for change. But this Iranian regime will never allow that. As people gathered to stand with Israel and remember the hostages, you saw Israeli flags, you saw American flags, you saw people demanding that the hostages be brought home safely. Because that's ultimately what people want, the hostages home. They want Hamas gone, so that Hamas never have the ability to do what they did on October 7th ever again. That's what Israel is fighting for. Its war isn't against the people of Gaza or the Palestinians, it's against Hamas, and it's to get its people back. And then we look at a Quds Day rally. Right here in the United States, in Michigan, people chanting death to America. Right here on American soil. This isn't just a conflict between Israel and Hamas or Israel and radical Islam. This is a conflict of values between those who uphold freedom, democracy, all of these incredible ideals that we take advantage of every single day living in the West, and those who seek to suppress that. The Iranian regime, Hamas, Hezbollah, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, and all who follow that extreme ideology. And right here in the United States, you have people chanting death to America. We are fighting a battle of hearts and minds. We are fighting a battle of ideas, and Israel is fighting the physical battle right now. Israel stands on the front line of a battle that we are in, whether we like it or not, whether we acknowledge it or not. The Iranian regime has always called Israel the little Satan. The big Satan, to them, has always been the United States. And this last week in Dearborn, Michigan, we saw people echo those statements and those same chants. We have to be awake to this threat and we have to ensure that we do not let our country go down a dark and dangerous path. And the first step to that dark and dangerous path is abandoning our ally Israel. This is Kasim Hafeez for the CUFI Weekly. For Zion's sake, do not remain silent.
Thanks for checking out this episode. Be sure to like and subscribe so you get a notification every time a new episode hits. And if you want to check out some of our previous episodes, and we've got some really good ones, click on one of the thumbnails and that will take you right there. And finally, if you want to know more about CUFI and the work we do, go to cufi.org to check out all the resources we have available free to you.